Did you know that a staggering 95% of people fail to stick to their New Year's resolutions by February? It's a startling truth that reflects our collective struggle to keep motivation alive and persist in our goals. Why is that? Let's explore. Today, we dive into the world of Atomic Habits, a game-changing book by James Clear. Imagine, if you will, a world where you're constantly improving, where every day you're just a little bit better than the day before. This isn't a fantasy, but a reality made possible through the power of atomic habits. What are atomic habits, you ask? Well, they're small, simple actions that, when performed consistently over time, can bring about dramatic changes in our lives. Just like atoms, the smallest units of matter, these habits might seem insignificant in isolation, but when they come together, they form the bedrock of monumental success and personal growth. By harnessing the power of atomic habits, we can transform our lives, one small action at a time. We can create a ripple of change that spreads into every aspect of our existence. So let's embark on this journey of self-improvement. It's time to conquer our laziness and become the best versions of ourselves. We've all been there. Procrastination and laziness often get the best of us. It's as if a force field of inertia surrounds us, pulling us back into the comfortable embrace of the couch, or drawing us into the endless scroll of social media. We know we should be doing something more productive, something that contributes to our long-term goals. But the short-term pleasure of doing nothing is just too enticing. This common struggle, this battle against ourselves, is one we all face. It's not a question of if we will face it, but when. And it's a battle that has significant consequences. When we give in to laziness, when we procrastinate, we are not just delaying a task, we are delaying our own growth. We are putting off the opportunity to learn, to improve, to make progress towards our dreams. Every moment spent succumbing to laziness is a moment lost. A moment we could have used to work on that project, to start that business, to learn that skill. These lost moments add up. They accumulate into lost hours, lost days, lost years, and before we know it, we find ourselves looking back with regret at the time we have wasted. But it's not just about lost time, it's about lost potential. Every time we procrastinate, we miss an opportunity to become better, to achieve more, to reach our full potential. We are, in effect, choosing to remain stagnant, to remain as we are, rather than to grow and evolve. This is the real cost of laziness. It's not just about the tasks we don't complete or the goals we don't achieve. It's about the person we fail to become. It's about the potential we fail to realize. It's about the life we fail to live. But what if we could turn the tables on this struggle? What if we could conquer laziness, not by relying on sheer willpower, but by harnessing the power of habits? What if we could transform our daily routines, our behaviors, our very lives into powerful engines of growth and success? Yes, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge worth taking on. Because at the end of the day, the only real failure is the failure to try. Atomic Habits offers us 8 key lessons to help us do just that. Let's plunge into these pearls of wisdom, which, when implemented, can help us conquer our laziness and embrace productivity. Lesson 1. The magnificence of micro-habits. James Clear emphasizes the power of small, seemingly insignificant habits. These micro-habits, when consistently practiced, compound into significant changes. It's like saving a penny a day. A penny might not seem much, but over time, it can grow into a substantial amount. Lesson 2. The magic of habit stacking. This technique involves pairing a new habit with an existing one. For instance, if you're trying to read more, you could stack this habit onto your morning coffee routine. As you sip your coffee, you delve into a chapter of a book. In this way, the established habit acts as a trigger for the new one. Lesson 3. The importance of environment design. Clear suggests that we're products of our environment. If we design our spaces to promote good habits, we're more likely to stick to them. For instance, if you want to eat healthier, keep fresh fruits and vegetables in clear sight and junk food out of reach. Lesson 4. Make it obvious. Make your new habits a part of your visible environment. If you want to practice guitar daily, Keep it in a place where you'll see it often. The sight of the guitar will act as a reminder, nudging you to practice. Lesson 5. Make it attractive. The more appealing the habit, the more likely you are to follow through. If you're trying to exercise more, find a workout routine that you genuinely enjoy. The attractiveness of the habit makes it less of a chore. Lesson 6. Make it easy. The simpler the habit, the easier it is to stick with it. If you're aiming to start meditating, don't start with an hour. Begin with just 2 minutes. As you get comfortable, gradually increase the duration. Lesson 7. Make it satisfying. Immediate gratification can be a powerful motivator. If you're trying to write daily, reward yourself with a small treat after each session. This immediate reward will make the habit more satisfying to stick to. And finally, Lesson 8. The 2-minute rule. If a habit takes 2 minutes or less to do it immediately. This rule helps to overcome procrastination by breaking down big tasks into smaller, manageable parts. Each of these lessons, when applied, can help us to gradually conquer our laziness, building a life of productivity and purpose. But remember, habits take time to form. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. But there's one lesson that stands out. The most impactful lesson from Atomic Habits is the power of tiny, incremental changes. This might not be the groundbreaking revelation you were expecting, but its simplicity is its strength. The idea is this: small, consistent actions, when compounded over time, can lead to massive transformation. This concept, often overlooked, is the secret sauce to conquering laziness and achieving lasting change. You see, we often aim for dramatic, sweeping changes in our lives. We want to lose 20 pounds in a month, write a novel in a week, or master a new language in a year. But when we fail to achieve these lofty goals, we get disheartened and fall back into our old, lazy ways. But what if we change our approach? What if we focus on making tiny, almost imperceptible changes every day? Imagine if you decided to write just one sentence of your novel each day, or learn just one new word in a foreign language. These tasks are so small that they seem almost laughable, right? But here's the magic. They're also so small that they're virtually impossible to refuse. And over time, these tiny, consistent actions add up. One sentence a day might not seem like much, but over a year, that's enough to fill dozens of pages. One new word a day equates to learning 365 new words in a year. That's almost enough to carry a basic conversation in a new language. This is the power of Atomic Habits. They're small enough to be manageable, but powerful enough to create significant change over time. But remember, this isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term strategy, and it's not always easy. It requires patience, consistency, and a belief in the process. This lesson, this idea of tiny, incremental changes, is the most impactful lesson from Atomic Habits. It's a strategy that can revolutionize your approach to building effective habits. It can help you conquer laziness, achieve your goals, and transform your life. This lesson has the power to change your life. Let's recap the 8 lessons we learned from Atomic Habits. First, we discovered the power of habit stacking, the strategic process of layering habits on top of each other to maximize productivity. Second, we explored the 2-minute rule, a simple technique to overcome procrastination by starting with just 2 minutes of a new habit. Third, we recognized the importance of environment design in shaping our habits. Following that, we delved into the concepts of temptation bundling, making good habits attractive, making bad habits unattractive, making good habits easy, and making bad habits difficult. Each of these lessons is a piece of the puzzle to conquering laziness and achieving lasting change. By applying these 8 lessons, we can start to break the chains of laziness and build a life of productivity and success. It's not about making massive overnight changes. It's about the steady, incremental improvements that compound over time. Remember, small changes can result in big transformations. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you tried building better habits? What's your experience? Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to check out our other videos on habit formation and personal development. Until next time, keep growing,